I first met Jessica on the opening day of training at Midwest Telecom's call center in Columbus. The room had those stiff gray chairs lined up around long tables, and the air conditioner hummed loud enough to drown out half the small talk. 20 of us were crammed in there, all chasing the same decent paycheck and health insurance after whatever shit life had thrown at us before. Jessica slid into the seat across from me right before Mike, our trainer, started the welcome spiel. She had warm brown eyes, hair she kept pushing behind one ear, and a quick laugh that cut through the corporate boredom. "First day jitters?" I asked her during the first break. "A bit," she said, glancing at her phone already. "My boyfriend keeps texting me updates from his job site. He's in construction. Wants to know I made it here okay." We fell into the routine fast. 16 weeks of scripts, role plays, system logins, and quizzes on billing disputes. Most mornings, we practiced the same greeting until it felt like it lived in my bones. "Thank you for calling Midwest Telecom. This is Ron. How can I help you today?" Jessica was sharp when she paid attention. She could calm down a fake angry customer better than anyone in the room. But her phone never stayed quiet. It buzzed on the table, in her lap, under her notebook. Mike noticed by week 2. "Jessica, phone's on silent during sessions," he said, pointing at her screen. "This is the 3rd time this morning." "Sorry, Mike," she answered, sliding it into her bag. "It's just Brent checking in. Won't happen again." It happened again every single day. Our group got tight by week 4. Me, Jessica, Olivia, who used to wait tables, and Tom, the ex-truck driver who kept cracking weird jokes during breaks. We'd grab coffee from the cart in the lobby and then about the endless PowerPoints. One afternoon, Olivia asked Jessica about her weekend plans while we stood in line. "Brent and I are hitting up a bar Friday, and then I'm out with my sister the next day, but he wants me home by 10. Doesn't like me staying out if he's not there." Tom raised an eyebrow. "Sounds like the man's got rules." "It's not rules. He just worries. We've only been together 8 months. He had a bad breakup before me, so he's protective." I kept quiet that time, but the comment stuck. Protective after 8 months? I'd been married 6 years and never once demanded my ex text me every hour. The texting turned into a running joke among us, but only when she wasn't around. Brent messaged during every module. "Where are you? Who are you sitting by? Send a picture of the room." She'd reply fast, thumbs flying, and then apologize to whoever was talking. By week 8, we were doing live mock calls with fake angry customers yelling about late fees. Jessica nailed one where the customer threatened to cancel service. She stayed calm, offered credits, and closed the call smooth. And then her phone lit up again right after. I caught her in the hallway after class. "You ever get tired of that constant check-in?" She leaned against the wall, arms folded. "All the time, Ron. Last night he went through my phone, found an old text from a guy I used to work with 2 years ago, and lost his shit. Said I was probably still thinking about him. He made me delete the whole thread while he watched." "That's not normal." "He says it's because he loves me. No one's ever cared that much before." I nodded, not knowing what else to say at that moment. "If you ever need to talk, Jessica, I'm here. No judgment, just someone to listen." She looked at me for a long second, those warm brown eyes searching my face. "Thanks, Ron. I might take you up on that." From then on, our conversations during breaks became a regular thing. While the others grabbed coffee or stepped outside for a smoke, Jessica and I would find a quiet corner in the break room. Every time she leaned in to talk, or when she laughed at some dumb thing I said to lighten the mood, I felt that pull. She was damn hot. I would do anything for her. I caught myself imagining what it would be like to have one night with her. One afternoon during week 9, after a brutal session of handling escalated billing calls, She found me in the parking lot as we were heading to our cars. "Got a minute?" she asked, her voice low. "Sure. What's up?" She pulled out her phone and then shoved it back in her pocket like it burned her. "Brent's been worse. He wants me to quit the job after training. Says there are too many guys here, that I'll end up cheating or some shit. We had a huge fight last night. He kept asking who I sat next to all day. I told him about you, how you're just a friend, but he didn't believe me." "Jesus, Jess, that's messed up. You're not his property." She sighed, crossing her arms tight. "I know, but he's got this way of twisting it. Makes me feel like if I leave, I'm the one destroying us. Last week he went through my Facebook and messaged a guy from high school who liked my picture, told the guy to back off." I shook my head. "You deserve better than that. Someone who trusts you." Her eyes got watery and she wiped at them quick. "Yeah? Tell that to the voice in my head that says maybe I'm the problem. No one's ever loved me like this before. Intense, you know?" We talked for 20 minutes there in the lot, her venting about the constant location sharing he demanded, the way he'd call during her drive home and ask for proof that she wasn't stopping anywhere. I listened, offered what I hoped sounded like solid advice, suggesting she set boundaries, maybe talk to a counselor through the company's EAP program. And then she hugged me goodbye, quick and grateful. "You're a good listener, Ron. I get the feeling you want more than that sometimes, but I can't right now. Friends?" "Friends," I said, even as heat flushed through me. She'd caught the hints, the way I looked at her sometimes, the late texts I sent checking if she got home okay. But she kept coming back to talk. I was her safe space, the guy who didn't yell or control. And I took it, because part of me hoped it might lead somewhere. Training dragged on. By week 12, Jessica had started pulling me aside more often during our afternoon modules. We'd whisper during partner practice calls, or she'd text me from across the room when Mike wasn't looking, "Need to vent after this." One day she was especially rattled. We sat in my car during lunch, engine off, windows cracked. "He thinks I'm too friendly with customers. On the mock calls yesterday, I was nice to that one guy role-playing, and Brent saw me smiling when he picked me up, accused me of practicing my seductive voice. Can you believe that shit? To hell with him. You're good at your job because you're kind. Don't let him dim that." Tears spilled over then. She cried hard, shoulders shaking, and I pulled her into a hug across the console. Her face pressed into my shoulder, damp and warm. "I don't know how much more I can take, Ron. I'm thinking of doing something drastic to get some breathing room." "Like what?" She pulled back, wiping her face. "Tell him I'm pregnant. Fake it. Say it's early, like 6 weeks. Maybe then he'll stop with the accusations, the checking up every 5 minutes. He always said he wants a family. It might make him protective in a good way, you know? Let me have space to figure shit out." I stared at her. "Jess, that's playing with fire. What if it blows up?" "I know, but I need air. He's suffocating me." Her hand found mine on the seat. "Don't tell anyone, okay? You're the only one I trust with this." She went through with it that weekend. Monday morning, she looked exhausted, but lighter when she slid into the seat next to me in training. "How'd it go?" I asked quietly during the first break. Her eyes darted around before she leaned close. "He bought it. Freaked out at first and then got all teary. Said he was going to be a dad, that this changes everything. Hugged me so tight I couldn't breathe, but in a different way. Told me I need to rest more, stop stressing. For once, he didn't grill me about who I talked to at work. For a couple weeks, it seemed to work. Brent's jealousy morphed into this smothering care. He started packing her lunches with prenatal vitamins he researched online, called her during every break to ask how she felt. "How's my baby's mother?" he'd text. She showed me once, laughing bitterly. But the control tightened, too. No more girls' nights. He drove her to and from the call center himself after training ended and we hit the floor for real calls. Demanded she come straight home. And then it flipped. Bad. It was week 15. Jessica didn't show up for 2 days. On the 3rd, she texted me, "Can you meet me after shift? Parking lot, need to talk." When I saw her, my stomach dropped. She had sunglasses on inside, but I could see the purple bruising around her left eye. Her lip was split. She moved stiffly, like her ribs hurt. "Jesus Christ, Jess, what happened?" We sat in my car again. She took off the glasses. The black eye was nasty, swollen shut almost. He wanted proof. Said we should go for an ultrasound right away. Even though I told him it was too early, that my doctor said wait till 8 weeks. He kept pushing. Accused me of lying about the baby. Said if I was really pregnant, I wouldn't mind. When I refused, said I was hiding something. Probably that I was cheating on him. He lost it. "You lied!" I locked myself in the bathroom until he calmed down, told him I'd schedule the appointment. I felt rage boil up, my hands gripping the steering wheel. "You gotta leave him, Jess. This isn't love. Pack a bag, go to your sister's. I can help you. Drive you there tonight if you want." She cried again, quieter this time. "I know. I've been so stupid, believing all that he cares so much. You've been the only one who's been real with me, Ron. Listening without trying to own me." "No, Ron, don't be stupid. You are my friend." That night I couldn't sleep. The image of her black eye kept flashing in my head, along with the way she had pulled away. Friend. The word burned. I wanted more. I had listened to every detail of her hell with Brent for weeks, and all I could think about was getting her away from him. By the next day at work, I pulled her aside during our first break. "We need a plan, Jess. You can't go back to that house." She nodded, eyes still puffy. "I know, but leaving isn't easy. He tracks my phone, my car. He'll come after me." We talked in hushed voices for days after that, during lunch breaks in my car, after shifts in the parking lot. I grew impatient. Every time she went home to him, my stomach twisted. I started texting her late at night, pushing her to decide. One evening, after our shift on the call floor, we sat in my car again. The engine idled in the back lot. "Fake a miscarriage. It'll break his control. He'll either lose it completely or give you space to slip away. I'll help you through it." Her eyes widened. "Ron, that's cold. But it might work. He's been obsessed with the pregnancy. If it's gone, maybe he'll back off enough for me to pack a bag and go to my sister's." We spent the next week hashing out the details. She bought a pregnancy test kit and some fake blood from an online costume store for effect. I helped her write the text she would send him. "I'm bleeding. Something's wrong." We practiced her story, how the cramps started at work, how she didn't want to worry him until it was too late. The plan went down on a Thursday. She called me from the bathroom at home, voice shaking. "I did it. Sent the texts. He's on his way home from the site. He sounded devastated. I waited in my car 2 blocks away, ready to pick her up if things went south. Brent bought it, at first. He came home early, held her, cried with her according to the messages she sent me later that night. But the obsession didn't ease. He hovered more, demanded she stay in bed, wouldn't let her come back to work right away. By the following week, Jessica returned to the call center looking drained. He keeps asking questions. Wants the name of the doctor I saw. I think he's suspicious. Stick to the story. We'll get you out soon. My impatience grew. I wanted her free. But more than that, I wanted her for myself. And then Brent found out. Somehow he got hold of her real medical records. Or maybe she had slipped up on a detail. He called her screaming one afternoon while she was at work. She stepped outside to take it and came back pale. He knows it was fake. He's furious. Says he's coming for both of us. He mentioned your name. Must have seen us in the parking lot or something. My heart pounded. We confront this head on. I know a place. Old warehouse on the edge of town. Abandoned. We lure him there. End it. We set it up through a text from her phone, pretending she wanted to meet to explain and get her stuff. He bit, saying he'd be there at midnight. The warehouse was dark. We waited in the shadows, my hands sweaty on the old pipe that I had brought for protection. Headlights cut through the broken windows. Brent stormed in, fists clenched. Where the hell is she? And you piece of shit. You've been messing with my girl this whole time? Jessica stepped out. It's over, Brent. The pregnancy was a lie to get some air. You beat me. You controlled every second of my life. I'm done. He lunged at her. I moved fast, grabbing him from behind, locking my arms around his torso. He was strong from construction work, but love gave me strength. I wrestled him down to his knees. Now, Jess! I yelled. She didn't hesitate. You hit me. You made me afraid in my own home. I loved you, you bat. Why wasn't it enough? Brent groaned, blood trickling from his lip. Jess, baby, please. I was protecting us. I love you. Shut up! You don't love me! You own me! Or you tried to! I dragged him to an old metal chair and she helped tie his wrists behind it with some rope that we bought, and then his ankles. He struggled, but we had him secure. Jessica stood back, breathing heavy, face wet with tears and sweat. She looked at me, and then she walked to an old table nearby. But, Jess... Do it, Ron. Let him watch. Jessica! No! No! Stop! That's my girl! Don't let him! Please, baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. Don't do this to us. You lying shit! I give you everything. Stop this! I love you. Just please stop. Later, I walked over to Brent and grabbed him by the throat, squeezing just enough. Disappear from our lives forever. Jessica's mine now. She's my slave. I own her. You hear me? Touch her again and you're dead. Is it slave? What the hell, Ron? I'm not your slave. She gasped, hand to her cheek. I grabbed her wrist tight and dragged her toward the exit. We're leaving. Now. She stumbled after me, but didn't fight too hard. We got in my car, I started the engine, and I pulled away from the warehouse. Brent's muffled shouts fading behind us. As we drove into the night, the city lights blurring past, I glanced at her. Her cheek was red, but she didn't say anything more about it. She just stared out the window, quiet. It's you and me now, Jess. The way it should be. We left Columbus behind that night, heading west toward a new start.